Hey guys, it's Nate, aka the Foot Accountant. Welcome back to the channel. The upgrades and the new cards are in after the World Cup final, which saw Spain handling Argentina 1-0. The scoreline would make it seem like the game was pretty close. It really wasn't. Spain cooked, but as expected, we have a lot of World Cup final content, including our first 99 rated cards on FC26 and our man of the match star performer SBC. But there's something interesting about the rating on his card. I want to talk about that today. And of course, there's still more to come. Maybe the biggest thing of them all, the star performer cards that are, well, going to be dropping in packs. They're not quite out yet, but hopefully that is today, and hopefully their ratings are good. I want to talk about that and look forward to what other content we could be seeing today on a Monday. The gauntlet is ending, so maybe this is an early reminder in this video for you, like it is for me, to get those last gauntlet games in before that goes away today for those pretty good rewards and those all-important footies tokens. Plus, maybe our icon SBCs start today with that Zidane and Cruyff still leaked, and more player pick SBCs as well. We're going to talk about it all and how the market might move with all these new Spanish cards coming out. Let's discuss. If you're excited for this one, drop a thumbs up on it, hype the video if you can, and subscribe if you are new. Let's go to Evos first and look at yesterday's content that dropped at the normal content drop time before, of course, the World Cup final was played. We have 175,000 coin, center attacking mid, max 94 3 playstyle plus Evo here. The price is the crazy thing, but it's named after and actually kind of structured after Olise, so there are some interesting upgrades. You're talking about a cam that gets 5-star skills and the right wing position, some good stat boost, nothing super crazy, good playstyle pluses as well if you do not have any of them. But once again, as I said right away when I looked at this Evo, 175,000 coins just seems like a lot. For a lot of the cards that come out of this, yeah, sure, they do look good. 96 pass and dribble there for Almada, but 94 pace and shooting. I don't necessarily love that. I think there could have been some bigger stat boost, or really, I think this Evo should have been free or at least way cheaper than 175,000 coins. Even though it gives 5-star skills and it gives the card type and it gives the right wing position, I just feel like that is a little bit too much for right now and where we are at this stage of the game. But if you find the right card for it, it can be a solid Evo. Now, also yesterday in Evos, we had the Festival of Football Pele number 5. This is the Pele Evo that gets you all the way up to 96 rated. I'm behind on mine. I have not boosted mine fully up, but if you've taken him through the positional Evo and then Festival of Football Pele 2, 3, 4, and then 5, you can go to a 4 playstyle plus 96 rated Pele card, which isn't bad. But of course, like I've been talking about in the past few days, you can make a better Pele card through the Evo builder and the other Evos that are out right now than you can by following EA's path. But this is only out for another couple of weeks, so make sure you get involved with this if it is something that you want to do, boosting your Pele up through the EA Evo path. Of course, that is on the news tab in game. If you've missed a few Evos, go over here, look at the Pele Evo situation right here. Kind of explains how to do it if you scan that QR code over there as well. So that was the Evo content from yesterday. Sort of mid, if we're being completely honest. Could have been better. Now, the SBC content is where things kind of kick off, but I'm going to talk about first what we saw at the actual content drop yesterday, again before the World Cup final. We have another Real Madrid Cucurella card, and this one's interesting for a whole lot of reasons. First of all, this is a very nice card. Left back, left mid. The stats are solid. He's got good play styles. Maybe you don't love the tiki-taka for the meta, but it does fit his card for sure. You maybe wish that was swapped out for an intercept plus like I would, but the price of this is 32,000 coins. It is one squad, 190 rated squad to get done. That is incredibly, incredibly easy. If you take a look at Footbin, he is 62% upvoted, and I agree with that sentiment. The only thing is, he just had a 95 Glory Hunters, which I'm sure for you guys who wanted to use Cucurella, especially as maybe a Real Madrid fan who wanted to use Cucurella, you've probably already evoed this card. I mean, this card's 30k now as well, making the SBC look pretty affordable. You just can't customize the 95 rated Cucurella card from the Glory Hunters promo a couple of weeks back. So I think this SBC is good, but there's even another added twist to this that we have to think about. Cucurella should be getting another card for the winner's release that we're still awaiting right now in this game from the World Cup final. So it should be 98 or 99 rated and still have 4, maybe even 5 playstyle pluses. But that card's probably going to be really difficult to pack and very rare, like a lot of these star performer releases have been. So I wouldn't necessarily say you have to get this SBC done just yet. You do have a week to do it. See what comes out for those winners release cards and what the new Cucurella is going to be before doing that SBC if you want to be the utmost careful. But I do believe that is a very solid priced SBC. Also, yesterday we have a 93 plus prime heroes and greats of the game icon player pick. It's an 88, 289, and then a 90 rated squad to get this one done. This one is coming in at a price of a whopping 110K. I may do one of these just to try it out, but man, the state of the icons and the heroes right now in this game, they're just not super worth grinding towards, and I'd rather do player SBCs ahead of doing one of these greats of the game player picks where you could just get a bunch of heroes instead of getting the icon cards that probably most people would be chasing. So yeah, I might try one of those because I have so much fodder, but would it really be worth it? I'm not too sure. Now, getting into what content that dropped during and after the World Cup final, we got two things right yesterday that we guessed it. The first one was that we were going to get a halftime SBC, and this one, the Summer Stars Challenge 2, was dropped at halftime for a untradeable 50,000 coin rare players pack. It's pretty easy to get done. 31 chemistry, 77 overall, 5 rares, minimum 4 from the same league in the starting 11, and then 1 Spanish and 1 Argentinian player. Sounds a little bit crazy, maybe a couple of challenges there that make you think twice or 3 times, but it is actually pretty easy to get done with the rares and the commons from a specific league that you can use. Again, it's minimum 4 from in the starting 11 from the same league. So using the same league is pretty encouraging, at least by the way that SBC is planned out. So I would recommend getting that one done there. Now, also yesterday after the game, we had our man of the match SBC for Festival Football star performer, Ferran Torres. Now, a lot of us have already completed his SBC from the PTG promo, but this one's a little bit more unique and a little bit more different, although I'm probably going to be skipping it because it is 5 squads. I don't think the price is outrageous here. 142,000 coins to get this 98 rated Ferran Torres, but it does start to seem a little bit outrageous when you compare it to this card. Holy crazy is that card right there. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I just want to talk about this SBC a little bit longer. They gave him Power Shot Plus, making him unique over the SBC card. The SBC doesn't even have Power Shot base. Of course, it makes sense for the goal that Ferran Torres did score, and that is why he is getting this card. 5-star, 5-star. Again, 140,000 coins. It is not too bad. But this is one other thing that I find very interesting. He's got the little trophy dynamic above his overall rating, which when we saw that earlier on this year in FC 26, that was for like Team of the Week cards that got a Team of the Week for doing something really good in a cup. Like there was some midweek cup competitions that allowed that little trophy to be put on one of those cards, because usually a Team of the Week is for the league games, not just league and cup games. So this is why he's getting that little trophy dynamic above his card. But that makes me really interesting for what will be hopefully expected as a full Spain winners team, as we're going to talk about soon after a couple of other things. Because if he's 98 rated, maybe the team that's coming out in packs is all going to have the little trophy dynamics on their cards, but they're going to be 98 rated as well. We will have to see. I'm very curious about that, because as of right now, that special release of the winners has not come out yet. Now, what has come out, and the maybe biggest thing right now of upgrades, is the fact that we have our first 99 rated cards in FC 26. We have 99 Rodri, 99 Ferran Torres, 99 Laporte, and of course, we're actually still awaiting a showdown upgrade for Grimaldo as well. But big upgrades for these cards, right? They got the 99 overall card boost, and they got a playstyle plus, which is now taking the 5 playstyle pluses. This Ferran Torres got pinged pass plus. His card looks unbelievable, and Rodri looks unbelievable as well. You would have maybe liked a little bit bigger of a boost in the pace and the shooting departments, but he got quick step plus, and you know that really this upgrade is like just a +1 overall kind of upgrade, like for an inform type of upgrade. It's not like every single in-game stat is going to 99. So like, again, Rodri was a 98. He got a +1 up to a 99. So just a +1 overall for him. So for Laporte, it was a bit bigger of an upgrade, because I think he was was a 96 or a 97. So he got a plus, he was a 96. So we got a +3. They gave him Incisive Pass Plus. I don't know about that one personally. I think I could have gone without the Incisive Pass Plus on that center back card right there, but it is what it is. Then, of course, you got the Rodri with the quick step, and you've got the Ferran Torres with the pinged as we looked at all of those cards. So those are our first 3 99 rated cards that have dropped in this game. Again, interesting point to note with these, Rodri, Ferran Torres, Laporte, all played in the game. They should be getting new cards in the winner's release. They will be coming out potentially today or tomorrow. These guys are all extinct. 5.4 mil for Rodri, Laporte 600,000 coins, and I believe even, well, not Ferran Torres because he's not on the market, but those 2 guys are extinct. Just sell them in. Like, we're going to get a new 99 Laporte and a new 99 Rodri. Like, sure, these cards are unique because they're live and they're upgrading and they have pretty unique playstyle pluses compared to what the new ones could have. I would still recommend selling it because maybe you get a price range update today, but also at the same time, there's no more upgrades. And we talked about this a lot earlier in the week. Cards that have upgrades still that they're chasing have way more allure and usually end up being more expensive than cards who are fully upgraded because there's no more chase. There's no more reason to invest in a card like this anymore after it gets its final upgrade and the games that it was playing in to get upgraded are over. So I would be once again saying sell into the hype on those and I would take the money. Now on the flip side of the coin, of course, you've got the Argentinian cards like Emi Martinez, who went from 480,000 coins yesterday down to 150. He was even lower than that. He was like 120K, I guess. Huge drop for Emi Martinez. Huge drop for Simeone. And of course, very unfortunate for the McAllister SBC as well. But all those guys are dropping down in price. Now, the last thing that we are awaiting content-wise from the game yesterday, the World Cup final, is that Star Performers, we imagine, winners special release, as EA said they were going to do. Now, also, EA took to Twitter yesterday after Spain rose the World Cup trophy high in the air in their arms, and they were celebrating. They lifted the trophy, right? EA kind of flexed. They said, we called it, you played it, Spain made it a reality. Congrats on your second star. And, you know, they're kind of flexing in the fact that they have called with their simulation inside of FC, or FIFA, it goes back that far. They've called the last 5 World Cup winners from Simulating FC. That is a pretty crazy run if we're being completely honest. Now, we know there is a winners team that isn't coming. We've been talking about this the past couple of days. Foot Sheriff says Yamal 99 overall is coming soon. Spain winners team coming soon. So he's saying 99 rated. He then put out a tweet a little bit later with a different card design showing a winners team of Spanish cards, all with 5 playstyle pluses and 99 rated. These are not official stats, but I kind of hope that they are still. That's the burning question with this winners team. Will they be 99 or will they be 98 like this Ferran Torres was in SBCs? Because you guys remember how they did Road to the Final cards. Those were all the exact same rating. They didn't differ between if it was an SBC or if they were all in packs, and I guess they were all in packs, so it's maybe a little bit of a different example. But that's why this card being 98 rated kind of surprised me a bit, because are we actually going to see 99 rated, or are they going to be 98 rated? But guys, EA needs to be quick releasing these cards in packs. I don't know what the status of them is right now. I keep checking Twitter. I keep seeing if they're going to add them in at any random sort of time, because the Ferran Torres was added at a random time a couple hours after content. But if I had to guess, I think these would be out like today at content, maybe tomorrow on Tuesday at content, because Tuesdays were days where they dropped these Star Performer mini releases in the past. So I'm kind of saving most of my packs right now just to wait and see. I know you guys have been making fun of me recently in the comments, like, oh, Nate, saving in July, saving in August, footies is right around the corner. Bro, these cards are going to be some of the most rare cards in the game, and if I can get a chance at packing them by saving a couple of extra packs, I am absolutely going to do so. So fingers crossed that those come out soon, because guys, let's be honest, the faster these cards come out, the better, because the feeling is still fresh, and the desire to go and use Spanish players because they just won the World Cup in this game, that desire is still fresh. So hopefully those new winners team cards do come out today very soon on Monday. Now, with those cards coming out, I think there's going to be a lot of people, myself included, who are going to run to the store, use our coins to try to pack those guys out of store packs. And I think that's going to actually hurt a lot of the market. You can kind of look around and see that a lot of the market, including the Summer Stars cards that are in packs, but even some of the older out of packs cards, Erling Haaland's down to 910K. I mean, this graph yesterday, he started at 1.1 mil, went down to 875. And now he's back up a little bit, sure, but like that's a pretty sizable drop off for a card of his nature. You go back to maybe some other PTG teams, the greats of the game cards, the Phenoms. Isak's only 560, and Iñaki Williams is under 700,000 coins, so he has dropped in value there. A lot of these cards are just kind of slowly going down in value, and I think they could go down in value more if this winners team does come into pack state, because people, myself included, like I said, are going to be selling a few cards here or there so they can go afford to open one of those winners team packs from the store. Probably EA is going to put out some more lightning rounds and some promo packs if they do release that winners Spain team today. So that's kind of what we're watching out for. Again, I'd be a little bit careful on the market with things, especially things of middle to high value. I think these Spanish cards are going to be tough to pack. I think they're going to be rare. And I think that actually will make some other cards, like we looked at, some more expensive ones, drop in value on the market. Now, that's kind of what we're expecting still for Spain winning the World Cup. That's kind of the last thing. Maybe there'll be another surprise or here or there. We'll have to see. There's no really news about that. We'll have to see how that looks when it does come out. And of course, if there are going to be winners team cards released today, I think it would be leaked again ahead of time, some more specifics about those items. Now let's kind of fast forward to today's content on Monday. Not expecting that crazy of a day. However, there are a few small pieces of news that we need to update you guys on. The FC27 trailer is going to be coming this week. The leakers are out there putting fire emojis and like bombazo, checkmark, siren emojis to like get people hyped. And like I saw this tweet yesterday from Foot Sheriff, and I think I'm just at the point right now. Maybe it's from watching the World Cup. Maybe it's because we're just ready for footies, and I'm getting more ready for the beginning of FC27 with the gold card grind and just the extra level of passion that brings when you're starting from the bottom. I just kind of replied to Foot Sheriff with this GIF yesterday because it's like, I don't know. I love Big Ange, first of all. And then second of all, that's kind of how I feel about this. Like, oh, you think that's actually pretty hype, huh? And then I'm kind of like laughing because like, guys, right now for FC27, the hype levels are way down for sure. Skepticism runs high, even for me as somebody who is partnered with EA in the EA Creator Network, and I get to do cool things, right? And I get to see cool stuff and even get to play the game early, right? And I'm supposed to say, oh, the game is so good. I'm actually not. As I always say, like we make jokes about it, but EA never tells us to say something false or to manufacture the truth to promote their game in a positive way. They don't ever say you have to say this or anything like that. It is all our own opinion. I'm sure if I just started crapping on the game all the time, then they wouldn't want, me in the program, the Creator Network program or stuff like that. But I'm going to give my honest feedback like I have been for a long time. And that's the honest feedback right now is hype levels are pretty low. So we're going to see how this goes. We're going to see what EA choose to do after the FC26 marketing campaign started hot and ended not, for sure. So we're going to be watching that pretty close this week just to see what does come out. I'm sure there's going to be a few more leaks, as there should be a few more leaks for footies as well, because guys, footies is coming on Friday, and now that the World Cup is over, it kind of feels like the festival of football promos are over, besides the 99 upgrades and using a few of those cards and so on and so forth. But it's all about what's going to be in packs, the unlimited grind, which will hopefully be getting better. Well, we don't really have an unlimited grind right now. It is slightly limited. It's a good grind, but it needs updating. We need footies, man. Now that the World Cup is over, like that is what my mind immediately goes to. These 99 rated cards, hopefully, and then footies. So watch out for more leaks surrounding maybe what cards could be coming back into packs, maybe what cards could be dropped as 99 rated footies items, footies icons, footies heroes, stuff like that. EA did tell us that we're going to start footies content during the week this week. They're going to be releasing a daily play and a daily login. I think it was. They mentioned that on their website for this current promo of the Summer Stars. There's going to be some first footies SBCs. That might be on like Thursday though, because that often happens like the day before a new promo comes out. Could be as early today, could be as late as Thursday. But footies, we're going to have some more news on that for sure today. Now let's talk about today. Let's talk about Monday. As I mentioned in the beginning, the gauntlet is ending. So like myself included here, I need to get a couple of games done because once this goes away, it's Jover and there's no more tokens or rewards or packs that you can earn from that. So make sure you finish your gauntlet games there. And other than that, guys, we go to the SBCs and we think about, first of all, the player picks that are expiring, the 85 or 82 plus 5 of 10 and the 83 plus 1 of 5. Don't really care too much for these right now because we have the 84 plus summer tournament pick, and we still, of course, have the 84 by 2, which is where I'm putting all of my gold rares at the moment. But we should be getting a new player pick or two today. And then also, guys, I think the probability is pretty high for a Zidane or a Cruyff to finally bless this game as well. Grace this game, if you will, because sure, we've had Elise, Grimaldo, Otamendi, and Enzo Fernandez SBCs all released. We're waiting on Zidane and Cruyff, and then any other sort of transfers like we had with Cucurella. I mean, that was leaked that we would have multiple transfer cards coming out during this week. So think of some other names that could be dropped there. But other than that, guys, I think it's going to be a pretty slow day of content today. There might be an Evo, might be a free one, maybe a training camp Evo or something like that. Yeah, training camp Evo expires today. Maybe they drop something else inside of that section of the game. That would just be a guess. No leak, nothing put on Twitter about that. Just 100% a guess. But guys, when it does come out, this star performers team, you'll know when it comes out because it should show right here in the transfers tab. And then also, like when you're logging into the game, when you can flick through the different loading screens, you should be able to see multiple of them and see the 99 rated or maybe 98 rated Spanish star performers cards from the winners release of the World Cup final. So that's going to be really exciting. I've got 11.4 million coins ready to go to try to pack these Spanish cards, depending on how good they are. That will be deciding how far we go in terms of how many packs we open. But that's really the next thing, is these cards coming out, news about FC27, news about footies, and then just getting some of that gameplay stuff done this week, like the live event into the tournament. Haven't played that. Would love to know how super sweaty it is, or if it's not super sweaty. Also going to get my Foot Champs tokens from Foot Champs done and save those into footies, just because that seems way more interesting to me than spending them right now on what we have in this footies token store for Summer Stars. But that's going to be the video for me today, guys. Let me know what you guys thought about the World Cup final. Let me know what you maybe evoed your Grimaldo in before he gets his upgrade, which he hopefully should be getting today because he's not upgraded right now. I put him into rapid resilience to boost up his defense and physical. It does boost his pace +1. I'm hoping that you know, maybe we can do some funny business here. We can get his pace boosted up just a little bit more above 94. It's probably not going to happen, but we shall see how that goes. So that should be hopefully getting upgraded today as well. And again, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on, you know, maybe did you sell your M. Martinez in the hype? Did you like the game yesterday? Anything and everything. Drop it down in the comments, and we'll have a little bit of discussion there. We'll be live today on Monday, checking out all the new content, hopefully getting involved with some of these 99 rated winners team players from Spain, and I will clear my transfer list for the nice coinage that we made there. No coins right now on the transfer list except for a few random things. We're basically fully liquid and ready to officially go under 10 million coins for opening packs for these cards right here. But that's going to be the video. If you did enjoy it, drop a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will see you in a stream today. Happy Monday. I'll see you there. It's been TheFutAccountant. See you there. Peace out.